One of the first steps would be pretty helpful if we get a common denominator. Another thing that I find really easy is if we just move all of the operations that look like they're essentially part of this fraction to the top, okay? So this one here, the negative's already on the numerator here. I'm going to do the same thing because it doesn't make a difference whether I say negative positive here or negative positive here. So I'm going to move the negative to the top. That's just going to be our first step.
My teacher told me that if there's like a negative on one of the numbers, you can just make the whole fraction negative.
Yeah. And I find it simpler just to put it to all the numerators, okay? Whatever you find easiest you can do. Both of those are correct. So I'm going to call this negative 3 over 10, okay? Subtract, think of this like positive 3 over 4. Subtract negative 5 over 8, okay? Now, what's nice about this is I've now made all the denominators positive, so much easier to work with finding a common denominator. A common multiple of all of these, we know a multiple 40 for 10, 40 and 40. I think 40 is going to be our common multiple. 20. Yep. So in order to do this, I need to multiply the top and the bottom of this by 4. I need to multiply these by 10. I need to multiply these by 5. Okay. So we're going to change all of our values. I'm still going to keep the operations the same though. So this becomes negative 12 over 40. Subtract 30 over 40. Okay. Subtract negative 25 over 40. Okay, so let's work with a pair at a time here. We're going to work with just the first set, and you can kind of think of this now that we're doing this addition and subtraction. We know the denominator is going to be 40. Nothing about that's going to change. So I'm going to be over 40. So now I just kind of have all our operations up here on the top. This looks like negative 12 subtract 30. It can tactically be written as negative 12 plus negative 30. They're the exact same thing, whichever is easiest for you. So you could have took the negative and applied it here if you wanted. So if we had done this, this would have turned into a positive value, and it would have been negative 30. Okay, whatever you find easiest. This is going to give us negative 42. Okay, we bring down the rest of this, and we have subtract negative 25. Now, this is where it gets a little complicated. Okay. You can see this as a negative and a negative, two operations together, and turn it into a positive if you know how you're simplifying rules. Another way you could do it is kind of the same idea we'd used before over here. I bring the negative up, so this becomes plus, and now this is two negatives beside each other, so it becomes a positive. Either way, we're really dealing with a positive value here. So it's going to be negative 42, subtract negative 25, which is the same as saying, and I'll kind of write it on the side here, think of it like we're just doing negative 42, subtract negative 25. And we know from our rules that that just becomes essentially a positive value. So now it's negative 42 plus 25. We know the denominator is going to be 40. We don't have to worry about that there. Negative 42 plus 35 is going to be 27? No, 37. No, 17. Yeah, let's do this one more time. 30 to 40 is 10. There's 5 away and 2 away. It's 17. Negative, negative 17. So negative 17 over 40 is our final answer here. Okay?